everyone. So this is our second part of our Q&A. So these are the questions that we haven't answered because this is what a second part of something would be. What's the first one?
Okay, so the first question is, if your channel gets a large enough following, would you move to the US to be closer to WDW? That's a big question. That's a really, really huge question. And I think for us, the first most important thing is that at the moment, YouTube is not a job for us. It is just something that we do in our spare time as kind of a hobby. It's not supporting either one of us. And I think before we even entertained the notion of moving countries, we'd have to make YouTube a thing that could support both of us full time, which is a lot of work and something that we'd absolutely love to happen and something we are constantly working towards, but not something that we could really be like, yeah, we'd totally move to Florida. Like, that's not an obvious decision, despite what it seems. I think that we both really enjoy Florida as a holiday and being able to go visit it. I don't know how it would change if it was just down the road, and that would be kind of a bit different for us, I think.
Well, not for me.
Well, yeah, because you've obviously lived there, but I'm saying for the both of us as a pair.
Yeah, no, I would back up that point. I don't think, right, we've looked at like Golden Oak a few times and been like, you would live there, but
I'd totally live there. That's an easy decision. If I can buy Golden Oak properties, I'm just living there. Done.
No, I didn't live in Florida for a long, long period of time. I lived there long enough to know that it probably wouldn't be somewhere that I would, not now, I would probably retire there, or if going to Disney was our job, then hell yeah. But to go there and work and live in Florida as a citizen of America, I don't think I would.
There are loads and loads of questions
You're
in this
really
one.
milking out your chance to get a question.
Which one of you usually handles your social media?
Me.
Most of the time. But it is a shared account. We both use it. So I'm trying lately to put Ash at the end of stuff that I write, because a lot of people are assuming that all of the stuff is Sarah.
It is.
It's mostly
me.
Sarah, but it could be either of us.
If it's a smart, well-rounded, well-spelled answer, it's Ash. If it's just like anything else, it's me.
What is Ash's favourite types of food to cook?
Meat.
Yes. A lot of meat. I don't know what my favourite type to cook is though. I mean, there's a couple of things that I'm really proud of. Like, I can do a really good mac and cheese now. I've had a recipe that I've been kind of building on and working on and refining and just sort of tweaking, and it's finally almost at where I want it to be. This is kind of how I cook food, is that I'll take one recipe and then I'll make it once a week for like a couple of months until I get it to where I want it to be. I haven't got many of them to where I want them to be. Mac and cheese is one of them. My eggs, actually, I'm pretty proud of.
Considering you don't eat eggs.
Is a weird one, yeah. And what else do I like to cook?
Barbecue.
Yeah, really like to cook barbecue stuff.
Anything slow cooked.
Yeah, and I'm actually pretty pleased with how my roast lambs are coming out lately. I'm happy with where they've got to, and my ability to make gravy. Pretty random list of stuff, but there we go. Maybe too personal, but marriage and kids in the future. Not really planning on either of those at the moment, to be honest.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. We're just not... It doesn't grab us and doesn't make us go, yeah, this is something we totally need to do. We're both pretty happy with where we are right now, so...
I mean, do I want a wedding with cake, presents, and a free bar? Oh, we'd have to pay for the bar, wouldn't we?
We would, and you don't want a wedding with a cake and presents and a free bar. You just want cake, presents, and a free bar. You don't want the wedding to make that happen.
Do you know what I don't understand about weddings? Why do the bride and groom have to pay? Because surely everyone...
Because it's their day.
Right.
And if you had to pay, would you go?
For other people.
Would you go to a wedding if they were like, it's gonna cost you £80 to come?
Depends how good it was.
No, you wouldn't. You'd just be like, no,
Well,
I'm
that's
not
not
going.
fair. I always found that weird. And birthday parties, why do you have to pay for the birthday party for everyone else to come?
Well, because you're paying for one party, right? But you get to go to all the parties of all your friends. So you pay for one party, but if you've got 5 friends, you get to go to 5 parties.
It's one of those things.
Well, that's why you have to gauge it. You have to make sure that you have an okay party, but not super better than everyone else. We're terrible people, aren't we?
If I'm getting married, people can pay to come to it.
No one's gonna come.
Good, more cake for me.
Hi guys, what do you think of the Disney water parks? Are you a fan or not? Noticed you never visited them on your last trip.
We did, but... Well, actually, no, we only went to Typhoon Lagoon, didn't we?
Yes, we did. We went to Typhoon Lagoon.
Till like 1, so we weren't even there. We did like 10 till 1, didn't we?
Yeah, we kind of did like a bit of a morning at Typhoon Lagoon, and it's not super present in the vlog, so you might have missed it. We kind of start the vlog and we're like, hey guys, we spent the morning at Typhoon Lagoon, cut to some clips at Typhoon Lagoon, not too much, because I find water park footage just a bit rubbish to watch. Sounds naff, everyone's kind of just lounging about, everyone's covered in water, and just not a big fan of it. So we didn't make like a huge deal of it in our vlog, but we did go, and we do like the water parks.
I personally don't love them. I get lazy river,
Yep.
maybe a slide or two,
Maybe some wave pool for a little bit.
then I get bored.
Yeah, so we kind of then just leave.
Or I dry off and then I'm like, I want to get back in the water and dry.
And then we go.
And then we go. I prefer Typhoon Lagoon to Blizzard Beach.
Blizzard Beach kind of sucks.
I don't like Blizzard Beach, so we go to Typhoon Lagoon for a bit and then don't do any more. We were meant to go to Aquatica last time, but we just were like, nah.
Yeah, pretty much. We kind of like them, but they're not like a big draw. It's not like we go to Disney and go, yes, we got to go to the water parks. If we didn't get there, be alright. Next question is, have you ever been on a Disney cruise? If not, do you plan on one in the future?
No and maybe. I've never been on one, and honestly, they weren't really on my radar until more recently. I've been reading a lot of like trip reports on the DIB, and lots of people do like a couple of days on the cruises in between. I know Spoonful of Sugar have got one coming up in their current like vlogs. Cruises scare me. I know this sounds ridiculous. I love cruise ships. Like, only since living in Southampton have I really started to appreciate them, because they're literally like outside our window all the time. But like, also about Southampton, like, I know it happened. Like, you know when people say get over something, it's old news.
I know what you're going to say.
The Titanic. Like, I know the Titanic was old, but that happened. And it could happen again, to me.
I'm not a huge fan of the concept of cruises. I'm sure I'd like them. I just want to do a bit more. And I know everyone always says, but there's so much to do on the cruise ship. And it's like, great. I could also just go somewhere with stuff to do. I mean, if I'm going to spend all my time either inside or on like a deck getting some sun, I can go somewhere that's not moving in the middle of the sea to do that. Like, that's just how I see it. Like, I'd rather go, let's say, to Vegas and go check out the awesome hotels they have there. There's plenty of stuff to do there, and it also isn't on a boat.
Also, there's whales in the sea. Just saying.
I'm not sure it's a pressing concern, but it is something you have to be careful
And
of.
sharks. And jellyfish.
So, yeah, it's something we haven't done. We'll
Maybe.
definitely consider. Like, we're not going to say no.
I really want to go to Castaway Bay. I think that's what it's called. Castaway Bay? The island. Yeah, I'm going to say Castaway Bay. I want to go there. And I want to go on a ship. I just maybe, like, if you could stay on it like a hotel for a day, I'd do that. I don't know. And I would want to get an outside balcony. I couldn't have an inside room.
No,
Because that would, like, stress me out a little bit too much.
That's the
because
other...
I'm being pretentious, just because I would like to be able to actually see outside.
Yeah, that's the other side of it, is like that would put the price up quite a lot for us, and it would make cruises, I mean, you can definitely do them for less, but we're really kind of a little bit snobby and wouldn't want to do that. We'd want to have a really good view, we want to have a really good room, we'd want to have really good facilities, so it just puts the price up a lot more than just going on a cruise would. Okay, so next question is, we stayed at SSR in July and loved it. We are going back October 2018 and squeezing New York in for a few days. We're thinking of staying at Port Orleans to save some money. What's your thoughts on Port Orleans Riverside? We are a family of 4, our kids will be 14 and 10 when we go back. Don't know. We've never been to Port Orleans Riverside. I assume that's what
Yes, we
POR
have.
stand for. We've not stayed there though.
No, but we can talk about why we didn't stay there. I'm assuming SSR is Saratoga Springs Resort. That's another really big resort. So if you were comparing the two, I'd say size-wise they're probably quite similar. The restaurant's kind of in the centre, and you have to kind of maybe travel a little bit of a way to get them. I'm pretty sure both of them have multiple bus stops as well. So it's quite similar, but when we were looking at Port Orleans, which we definitely knew we wanted to stay at, the thing that sold French Quarter to us over Riverside was the fact it was smaller, less guests. I mean, when we were deciding, everyone was saying that Riverside had more activities, the pool was bigger, like there's more stuff to do for kids, but we just wanted our hotel as somewhere we could go back and relax and not really have to do too much, so that wasn't really in it for us. The food court's big, the food court is very big, the gift shop's pretty big as well, but it is just a really, really big resort. It's beautiful, but we didn't like the space, and they do also have the themed fairy tale rooms, which look pretty cool.
It definitely looks like a nice resort. It just didn't really tick any of the boxes that we were looking for, and would have been a big walk back to our rooms at the end of the evening. Like, we really enjoyed just being able to get off the bus and just 2-3 minutes straight back to the room, done. Like, that was it, and that was quite appealing to us. Okay, next up is probably one of my favourite questions. Sorry to everyone else, just because there's quite a lot in it that I like to talk about. Okay, so number one, you seem to have had an explosive increase in viewers once you started putting your Disney travels, hauls and experiences online. Do you ever feel put in a box as a result, where you feel forced to make Disney related content to keep your subscribers, or do you still film anything that sounds like fun? And I like this question because this is something that comes up a lot in a lot of like the YouTube forums that I follow. It's like, do you make what your subscribers seem to like, or do you make what you enjoy doing? So the driving force behind the things that we like to do always has to be because we enjoy them. That's kind of what we feel is really important. We really enjoy Disney as a brand, as a place to go on holiday. All of this stuff, we really enjoy it. Like, it is something that we definitely enjoy doing. We don't feel forced to make Disney content for our subscribers. I mean, as you'll see, like over the last few weeks, we've done non-Disney content too. We kind of just try and do what we would want to watch, basically. That's kind of what we try and base everything around.
I think sometimes it can be a little bit disheartening, I would say, when you put a lot of time and effort into a longer video. You've gone and got different. I mean, for example, the ones we did around Halloween and Christmas, like we're doing multiple shots, multiple takes, doing things, setting stuff up. When you're doing like a creating something video, and then it doesn't get the support and that a video that took 10 minutes about Disney does to make. But you know, I love talking about Disney. Whenever we meet up with family and friends, we're always talking about Disney when we're next going back. So I think the reason it does so well is because our passion for it really comes through. Of course we'll be doing other stuff, but the things we've been enjoying talking about at the moment have been Disney. Like, we've got loads of other non-Disney videos planned. Like, I want to get into vlogging a lot more. I've really enjoyed doing that, just get my confidence up. Maybe some baking videos, maybe some more drone stuff. Like, whatever we're currently focusing our time on is kind of what the videos are based around. And at the moment it's Disney. It's usually Disney, to be fair. But we're just doing whatever feels right and whatever we kind of fancy doing at the time.
Second part to this question is, since you're so into cooking, have you considered doing cooking videos, Ash? And the answer...
Ash, not Sarah.
No,
Don't cook, Sarah. You're terrible at it.
The answer is yes, we definitely have. We've done a few before. As we've just said, they didn't really do too well. That's not why we haven't done any more.
Just really a lot of effort.
It's a lot of effort, and I've looked back over the results, and I'm not super happy with them. And so part of us, whenever we come up with an idea for a video, we always have to look at how are we going to make this work. And we've shot quite a lot of stuff that just hasn't come out and will never come out because we didn't feel comfortable with it at the end. We looked at it and we went,
it's not a great representation of us and what we want to be putting out there.
We can do better than this. We need to find a way to make this work better than this. So when it comes to cooking videos, we don't have a great kitchen for it. It's very dark. Now we've got some different lights. I'm definitely going to be looking at maybe trying that again, trying it in some different ways. It's just there's not a lot of room to film, and it makes it very difficult to make a video that we would want to watch. And if we don't want to watch it, don't know why anyone else would. So it's something we'll revisit, but it has to go through the how do we make this work stage first. Okay, next question is, do you have any tattoos and what do they say? I don't. I'm far too indecisive. I like the concept of them. I really like that there are some amazing artists out there and there's some really cool designs. I just know 100% that whatever I'd got, I'd want it to be different in 2 weeks. And I'd be like, can't change that. So it's something that's just not quite for me, I don't think. Until if I ever decide on a design that I'm like, yes, I would want this forever, but I just don't see that happening very soon.
I do have a tattoo. And I'll tell you a little story about my tattoo. So when you go to university, you dabble in a little bit of alcohol sometimes, and they make you do, make irrational decisions about maybe like a tattoo. So I decided, tell you what though, I give my drunk self a lot of credit. I gave myself a small enough tattoo that it can be covered by a watch. So, oh look, I haven't got a tattoo. Oh god. Oh look, I've got a tattoo. Right, so my family on my dad's side's Italian. So I was like, I'll get something written in Italian because that would be really cool. Turns out I don't remember how to speak Italian that well, and nor does the guy, so I just kind of wrote what I thought said. I think it's meant to say love is blind. I think. Because at the time I was like, that's really deep. And I was like to my friends, like, wouldn't that be like the deepest, meaningful tattoo? And they're like, yes, get an Italian. It's your heritage. Well, I spelt it wrong, and I put the, what's the flicks called? Accent on the wrong way round, and I passed out halfway through, so it kind of starts okay, then all bleeds into itself, and then ends really badly. But do I regret it? No, because it just reminds me of my time in university and how much fun I had and how amazing it was. And I think that's what tattoos are meant to be. They're there as memories for amazing times in your life. So would I get it covered? Maybe, but do I regret getting it? No. Do I want more? Yes. I have a few planned, kind of planned. Basically, we watched this show called Ink Master, which is a really good show.
Great show.
And I want Oliver Peck to give me a American traditional owl on my thigh with a monocle and a top hat. But like, he commands a lot of money.
Yeah, that dude's expensive as an artist.
Yeah, so like.
Also, I don't think he'd approve of your design.
I'll just throw $100 bills at him. Make it for me. What? No, I want an American traditional tattoo, and I would really like an owl, or like a Sugar Skull Day of the Dead owl, or just, I don't know. I was looking at Disney tattoos, but I don't know, because I think because Disney tattoos are so recognisable, like Disney characters, unless you've got someone that knows the style down to a T, like any imperfection, I know I would notice it, and that would really stress me out.
And even like when they start to fade or like just change shape over time, that really affects like a Disney tattoo.
So maybe. We'll see. If I get really drunk again, then I might.
Okay, who was the oldest cast member you worked with?
Oh god, there's some really old cast members, like, are you not retired yet, cast members? Because in America, I don't know, if you're American, you know, people work hard. Like, not that we don't, but they maybe get like a week off a year, maybe 2 weeks at a push.
We get a ridiculous amount of mandated vacation days.
They work a lot more hours than we do. They don't really have the same rules as much about like time between shifts. So there were quite a lot of older cast members, like people that I would say should be retired over here. We're still going, and in that heat, I don't know how they did it, but I suppose if you're Floridian, it's like,
I guess you're used to it.
You're used to it.
Next one. I'm going to Disney World in September and just wondering what to do with my phone so as not to come home with a huge bill. Can you just turn your internet data off and use Wi-Fi in the parks and it should be fine?
Didn't you say when we went last time, if you put your phone on airplane mode, that's like the way to go?
No, because then you can't use the Wi-Fi. You can turn off roaming and turn off your 3G, and you can turn off your phone calls. There are options for it in pretty much all phones these days. And you just say, yeah, I'm just not going to receive any calls, and you just use the Wi-Fi on your phone. If you've got a phone without a SIM card that you can take with you as well, that's also like a really good way of having like a spare smartphone device that you just know won't be able to connect to anything. They do have Wi-Fi in the parks. Sometimes it's pretty slow, sometimes the connection's not great, but it is free, and you can just sort of go a little bit over there if you need
most
some extra
hotels
signal.
have it as well. And actually, I will say, my parents went to Florida like last year, and we actually rang each other on Facebook Messenger, and I video chatted with them on Facebook Messenger, and it's free. They use the Wi-Fi in the parks. I use my internet at home, or my Wi-Fi in my house. So you can actually nowadays do everything that you could do. So if you do want to ring someone, just do it on like WhatsApp or
Wi-Fi calling is a really
FaceTime or
useful
something.
thing. Okay, second part of this is also, is it possible to follow you guys on Instagram, Snapchat or Facebook? It is possible to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. There are links in the description of every video, as well as some links on our channel homepage as well. We are That Sounds Fun YT on both, and you can definitely follow us.
You don't have a Snapchat because I never do my makeup enough for it to be worth it.
I don't even have like a personal Snapchat, so...
I do, but it's just to follow people. I don't post anything. Like the creepy stalker that I am.
Okay, next question is one that literally everyone has been asking pretty much since we got back from our last trip, is when are you going again? And the answer is
May 2018.
the current plan.
Because, right, let me explain. So we could go, hell, we could even go in October this year. We were looking and it's like really cheap.
It's definitely possible.
However, I want another completely blowout trip. I want to do tours. I want to do dolphin swimming. I want to do something ridiculously, extravagantly crazy. I want to stay at Disney. I want to get the deluxe dining plan next time. I don't want the dining plan that's like, I want the deluxe. I want 3 sit-down meals. I want all the food. I want to do the Keys, is it Backstage Magic? Keys Kingdom. I want to do a tour. I want to do a tour Universal. I want it maybe to have a private tour guide. These things are expensive. So I think we're going to go for another full crazy trip.
Yeah, go all out in 2018. We're looking at doing Tokyo and Tokyo Disney in 2017, so that's a little bit closer. But the next time we'll be back at WDW is probably 2018.
I mean, but we usually book at least a year in advance because I plan hard. So we should really, not even less than a year now, be able to give you some more detailed plans of the dates, what we're looking forward to doing, what the plan is, how we budget for the holiday, how we, set aside time and money. There's so many things we can do with it. I know that some people want us to go every year and things like that, but like taking £2,000 worth of spending money is not something I can do every year. Like I don't work in a job that well, so we're gonna do it again. 2018 May, then 2019. We're hopefully going to go with some friends. And then 2020 is my 30th birthday and yours, but my 30th birthday. So I want to go to Alani.
That would be nice. I would like that.
I want to do, and this is like a conversation that has not really been properly had, but we're going to have it now. I want to do San Francisco, LA, with Anaheim Disney.
Sure.
End it off in a week in Alani.
Yeah, that sounds great.
You heard it first.
Okay, and the final question that I have is one I actually quite like, so I've saved it to the end, is what Disney character do you think the other is most like?
This is going to make or break our relationship, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Who do I think you're like? If Pixar, it can be for anything, like, does it have to be cartoon or live action?
It says Disney character, so I read this question and I instantly knew what I was going to say.
You go first then.
No, I'm going to go second.
Because mine's rubbish, and then you have a really good one, and I feel bad. Right, what I'm going to do, I'll go first, and if yours is better, I'm going to change my mind.
Okay.
I'm going to say you're Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, what?
Because you're always telling me, like, oh, I want to buy this. Oh, should you buy it? Like, do you need to save your
I am,
money?
aren't I?
Or, oh, I really want to do this. Oh, be careful. Like, you shouldn't do that. Or when I'm driving, like, oh, watch the road. Like, you're always, like, being my conscience and being like, is that like, should you do that? And then when I don't do it, like Jiminy Cricket, you're like, well, I did tell you. You've become a donkey now. You've been eaten by a whale. Like, I'm not going to say I didn't tell you.
This is too appropriate.
So you're Jiminy, and also, you're Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah. My answer for you that I came up with instantly was Princess Charlotte from Princess and the Frog.
Yes! She is like my spirit animal.
Because, seriously, especially just a second ago, hearing you talk about what exactly that you want, like your big blowout trip, everything that you want, demanding it. I
do like beignets as well.
And beignets.
They're man-catching beignets. And yeah. Oh, she's amazing. She's like, and when she comes down the stairs and she throws glitter on her. Oh, yes! I'm so Charlotte. I wish I was as cool as Charlotte. She's amazing. I thought you were going to say Ursula, but...
No.
Alright, can I pick a second one? Let's pick a second one.
No, we're done.
Oh,
we're done.
I really
we got
want
good
a
ones.
second one
We
too.
got good ones.
Your second one would be...
You're breaking the spirit of the game.
Oh, but I really like this game.
Well, no, because now we'll just go through characters.
No,
Though. That's
just
not
the
how it goes.
second
You,
one. Alright,
pick
okay.
one.
You picked a person. Now you have to pick an animal.
No.
And I have to pick a person.
No.
Oh, but I really want to.
No.
Fine, you're Maurice. What animal would I be?
Maximilian for the stubbornness. Yeah.
I want to be Dory.
No, because you've got an okay memory.
What about...
No, you can't You don't have big ears.
What about...
You can't manipulate the results. I've spoken.
Can I be Kevin? Kevin likes chocolate.
That is true. And Kevin's a girl.
Kevin's a girl! Can I be Kevin?
Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for sending in all your questions. They were really great and we had a lot of fun on.
Bye! They're a lot less personal than I thought they'd be.